Ahum, everyone, and thank you for joining me. Today, we're going to talk about this mysterious spiritual pressure in our ears and our head, body pains, increased body pains, and overall ringing of the ears. Um, I'm just taking a break. I have so much work, and I took my back out doing things I'm not supposed to be doing. But I want to talk to you guys about this, right? Because this is important, and a lot of you, more and more of you, are going to start feeling it more and more and more. Um, is it a normal thing for a spiritualist? Yes, because we are going into conscious awareness. We are being more consciously aware of what is happening to us on a daily basis. Basically, every time there's something that is not usual for us to see or witness or experience, it's going to stick out like a sore thumb, right? Well, I wanted to talk to you guys about that because there's going to be a lot of you that are going to have this feeling. Number one, check science first. Scientifically, our bodies let off steam in many ways. Make sure your blood pressure is okay. Then, if it is okay, then start going down into the emotional side. Where are your emotions? Are they up here? Or are they in the middle? Or are they low? Usually, when our emotions are very chaotic, we're going to have a surge in pressure that our body is actually making. Blood starts pumping faster, our heart starts starts pumping harder and quicker, um, and you have this periodic ringing. And it depends on which ear. Sometimes it's both ears. If you sit down and you think about it, we're also going through changes as far as seasons. So, is it your sinuses? Is it hay fever? Is it something that you just did you bring a new tree to the house, a new Christmas tree to the house? You know, you have to first take science into consideration before you bring in spiritual, because you want to make sure that the body is receiving or able to receive the information, if it is spiritual, all spiritual in nature, that's coming through from your crown chakra. Sometimes it is a chakra issue where the information is coming in and it's getting stuck here on your throat chakra, and all the pressure comes in and it gets squashed until it can't move anymore, and here comes that feeling. With that, flu-like symptoms, uh, headaches, which I get many, um, and it has to do with pressure, spiritual pressure. Just like in our temperature, in our daily temperature, there is that pressure, barometric pressures and pressures in the universe, and especially here in our orbit, our own orbit. Um, it happens to us spiritually as well. The first thing that I will tell you is it is telling you, hey, if it is spiritual, hey, and even if it's not, it's telling you, hey, your body is the one interpreting that energy coming in. It's your body telling you, hey, and then that energy saying, hello, we want to give you information. Be ready. Get ready. It's like testing, testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. What you do after when you're hearing this or you're feeling that pressure um, is how that energy that you're receiving is going to act or react to. What is the spiritual meaning of ringing in the left or right ear? Many people have different interpretations. To be totally honest, there is no right or wrong. There is no good and bad in the spiritual realm. It's what you intuitively feel. No one can tell you what you can feel, what you're feeling. No one can tell you. I can't tell you that. You're the only one that can tell you yourself and others what it is that you're feeling. What are you interpreting? Um, During my spiritual development journey, and you all guys do know I'm working on my doctorate in spiritual development under my ministry. So while I was transitioning, and it still happens to me, one of the many exciting things that happen to me, sometimes on a daily basis, is I get periodic ringing in my ears, but not only ringing, but pressure. And yes, I do have sinus issues. So I get first the scientific part out of the way, and then I go, okay, well, now we're talking, now we're cooking, like I always say. Um, and I used to get a deja vu when I started being consciously aware of what's going on. Oh, this is going, what is coming? Because that is how you should be thinking. Okay, so something's coming, they're grabbing my attention. What can it be? What am I doing right now? What was I thinking? What was not working for me? Because then I would get the information finally. I was like, oh, you're listening. You stopped. You're listening. Um, and it's really usually before I get a deja vu or I remember a dream, something that triggers a dream that I had the night before, several nights before, but you know how you can't remember certain parts of certain different parts of a dream. And all of a sudden it's like, there you are. A lot of times is after I've meditated, I get the ringing. Oh my God, before or after I'm doing a reading. Fridays is for me, because you guys know Fridays is my spiritual day. Fridays for me is ear ringing day. That is, I live with this all my life. So I wanted to know why is it that I was getting ringing? And at first I used to have it on my right, then I started getting on my left, and I was like, what is going on? I mean, is it that they came over here and I didn't listen and they ran to the other side, and I didn't listen and they ran to the other side, go, hello, listen. And again, there are many different faiths, and none of them are wrong, none of them are right, none of them are good, none of them are bad. It's your interpretation. Okay, so let's look at the spiritual meaning of the ringing in your ears. Is a sign that you are energetically sensitive. You're sensitive. You are energetically sensitive. That means you are a sensitive being to different energies, to energy itself. That's the ringing of the ears. And you are aware of a subtle energetic shift that is happening in your physical and your etheric body, your spiritual body, right? So something's changing, something's happening, and your body is reacting with what? Ringing of the ears. Now, many here, when you start thinking about it, you got to think of what clair is it touching? What clair are we looking at? Because obviously, if you have ringing and you are consciously aware of the ringing, you hear the ringing, you feel the pressure, you're clairaudient, you may be clairsentient, because you're able to feel the changes of the energetic shifts that are around you. And it's not only a shift, it's an action and reaction. What is this energy doing to my body that my body is reacting in a way to tell me, hey, something's going on? It is a reaction. Ringing of the ears is a reaction. It is also making you consciously aware, stop what you're doing and listen, or pay attention. Something energetic is happening, and you are an energetic being. And therefore, you are sensitive to these energies. And therefore, your body is reacting and telling you and explaining. Your body does talk to you. Your body tells you. My body told me, don't pick up my brain said, don't pick up the pallet of water. But my body said, yes, you can, Mary. You're Superwoman. And I did. I didn't listen. And as I walked through the entire house with a pallet of water, when I put it down, my body said, fooled you. I'm going to give you pain like you never ever had before. And now my brain is saying, why did you do that? Why didn't you wait until people came home to help you with it? But the pain is telling me, my body is telling me with pain, don't do that anymore. That's what it's saying. So when you start feeling the ringing in your ear, stop what you're doing and listen. Something's coming. Feel. This is the perfect time to work on your clairaudient and your clairsentient abilities. The perfect time. Okay? Now, there are different meanings of ringing of the ears, depending on which ear is ringing. Now, the tone of the ring, how often your ears are ringing, and which also makes a good observation here. Okay, not all the time are your ears ear ringing a spiritual sign. It can mean go to the doctor, silly, your blood pressure is high, or go to the doctor, silly, because you may have a sinus infection or an ear infection. Hello, it could be as simple as strep, and you need to get confirmation, scientific confirmation from a doctor, period. That's it. Guys, don't look for anything else, because you need to take care of the body first. Oh, how does this have to do with spirituality? Your body is talking to you. It is reacting to something that is shifting energetically in your body. Something's wrong. Your body is saying, I'm going to blow your ears out until you go and see a doctor. But we automatically think that it's all spiritual first. Please do not go to WebMD. Go to your doctor. WebMD, you're going to go crazy. I did that for a while and I was going crazy. So let's take the doctor out of the way. A highly sensitive person, an HSP, and you guys have seen me put videos, teaching videos about if you're a highly sensitive person. You've seen it in the group, and if not, go back into the group and search for HSP. You're going to see what a highly sensitive person is. Highly sensitive people are the ones that get the ringing of the ears most often, because they are exactly what that is, highly sensitive people. Highly sensitive people are very empathic, and they feel other people's energies. Again, there's that magic word, energy. When an HSP or a highly spiritual person, because I know that HSP is highly sensitive person, but when I take a highly sensitive person and I see they're very empathic, and then I see that they're highly sensitive to energies and frequencies, then I automatically call them highly spiritual person. It's still an HSP. The only thing that I'm changing is the sensitive spiritual, switching them around. It still means the same thing, but in the spiritual realm, that's what I'm going to call them, a highly spiritual person. So an HSP and an empath what they really need to be doing, and this is for 99% of you, is you need to make sure that you are managing your energetic and your spiritual health. Meditation, spiritual baths, solitude, learning about your spiritual path, learning how to stop resisting the energy growth, and all of that. Because it helps you and it encourages you to pursue that spiritual growth and development lifestyle that you not only deserve, but that you're looking for to give you a calm life and a happy life. You want to look for that spiritual bliss. When you allow yourself to do that, to let go of all the, and I hate the word, but I'm going to use it, the stupidity that we involve ourselves in, then what happens is you become more psychically energetic. Your clairaudience, your clairsentience, and your clairvoyance blooms. You're not dealing with the crap that's out there. You're dealing with who and what? You and your growth. So then all of a sudden, your body automatically is going to start reacting differently to all the energetic signs, because you're releasing crap that you don't need, and staying away from crap that you don't need. And now your body is really saying, oh, hold on a moment. Now this person really has, has room, has made space for spiritual growth and emotional growth. You may even get better aligned energetically. Your chakras may begin to remove all that sludge. You're going to step from a lower vibrational energy all the way up to a nice level of vibrational state, along with hydration, because you want to hydrate your body not only with water, but your spirit. You want to hydrate it with high frequencies and vibrations. Now, being in this kind of state, you're going to notice that there's many messages from Spirit himself, a spirit guide, angels, even a loved one or two that have passed. And you're going to feel better emotions and be able to discard any ill energetic attachment that you may have taken in by other people's energetic cords. It's like they don't have anything to hold themselves onto, because you are vibrating at such a high level. Cords can't really stay in place. So let's talk about ringing in the right ear only, because a lot of people, they harp on what does the left, what does the right mean. Ringing in the right ear is definitely a spiritual sign, and the pitch or the volume or the frequency can give you a clue as to why you are experiencing. Not what you're experiencing. You want to know why. Then you are the one reacting to it that will actually say what. Ringing of the right ear, 99.9% of the time, is that a spiritual being is trying to communicate with you. That is of the right ear. A spiritual being is trying to communicate with you. I want you to take your right hand. I want you to put it in your ear. Then I want you, how would you touch your heart? Here? No, you would use your right hand to say your pledge allegiance, right? Your pledge allegiance. Okay. but it's also the hand that you would normally put your heart in or touch your heart with. I want you to know that a spiritual being, especially those that you hold so dear to your heart, would be the one contacting you on your right ear. Okay? Now, it could be an angel, it could be a spirit guide, it could be a loved one, it could be, or a physical being that you actually have an energetic attachment to. Could be a lover, a friend, an ex. It can be an enemy. It can be a pet. It can be your pet trying to say, dude, I don't like that. Do something else. I know mine does. Okay. When you hear a high-pitched sound or a high-pitched ring in the right ear, it is a sign that a spiritual being is coming in on the energy of your crown chakra. Remember how I explained before that energy comes in? And then if your throat chakra is stuck or any of these other chakras, it's just going to squash it and squash it that way. And then, of course, you got ears that's going to come out. Some of you might even feel heat coming out of your ears as it's ringing. As long as it's not your high blood pressure, you're okay. Or as long as you're not having a sinus infection, you're okay. As long as you don't have an ear infection. We are checking science first before we understand and go into the spiritual side. So a really high pitched ringing of the right ear, it means that a spiritual being is actually coming in on the energy of your crown chakra or your spiritual center. These are energies. People are going to call them beings or entities, but these are beings or energies that are directly connected to source, such as angels and highly evolved beings of light. Nothing comes in here or through here or has even the capabilities to come in through the crown chakra, guys. Nothing that is lower frequencies, anything that is a lesser being would ever enter your crown chakra. So if I hear one more person say my crown chakra has been hijacked by a demon, I am going to have a titty fit. Honest to God, I can't believe that this is still going on in this day and age. We're done with lower frequencies, guys. Anyway, so these are beings that only have that access to that portal, which is a high portal, a high frequency portal. That's the only thing that can come through your crown chakra, people. That is the only thing that can come through. So these are beings, or I like calling them energies, that are connected directly to source, such as angels and other highly evolved beings of light. That's what's going to come in. So depending on the ringing and how high the ringing is on your right ear, that's what is coming. Yes, they do say testing 1 2 3, testing 1 2 3 for a few months even until you get the message. But you have to do a lot of work in order to get it. It's not that easy. They're just not going to come in and say, you know, the lotto numbers 25, 3, 7, 10, 54, 8, 9, and 21. They're not going to do that. That's not the way it works. You have to do the work. You have to prepare your body. Okay. When you get a low pitch in your right ear, it is a sign of an energetic or energy coming in on the energy from your lower chakras. What are your lower chakras? Why are they called lower chakras? What are they designed to be? Your lower chakras are survival centers, and they're usually, these are usually vibrational, lower vibrational energies that are coming in via the emotion or the mental state of stress and anxiety. Because it's low, it's telling you, dude, okay? While your high pitch is going, dude, right? When you're low pitched, and especially a low pitched right ear ringing is coming through when it's low, it means that it is directly attached to your lower um, chakras. And your lower chakras uh, are catching, they're grabbing in, okay, that lower vibrational energy. And that particular lower vibrational energies, when it is connected to the lower chakras, is stress and anxiety. Meditate or go to a holistic therapist, please. And of course, this is where you contact a spiritualist and say, now you have a symptom, guys. I have this really low pitch in my ear. Did you go to the doctor? Yeah, he doesn't see anything. Okay, then let's check your lower chakras. Look at the thinking here. Look at the process. Okay, look at the process. Then you start with grounding. Well, after you lift your vibrations or your frequencies, we clear out your chakras, we realign them, we open up your crown chakra, and that way it flows beautiful healing energy through all your chakras. That's why clearing chakras and doing art pushes are so important. But that's the difference between the high pitch ring and the low pitch ring. All right. Now, sometimes we get this buzz or white noise. Shh. Notice the difference. There's a and then there's a shh, which is what we call here white noise. It helps a lot of people sleep. Um, when this happens, your body and your emotional centers and your energy centers are saying, hey, we are aware of a strong attachment to another physical being. It could be a partner, a friend, a parent, a pet. But there's an energetic cord that is attached with these people. It can also mean a situation as well. And that energetic cord is actually the one causing a vibrational pull that sounds and feels like soft buzzing. This is where you yourself need to say, ooh, there's an energetic cord. Is this a good cord? Or is this something that I really don't need? And if it's bothering me right now, then maybe I should think about how I can make the buzzing stop by applying higher frequencies to this this partnership, or giving my pet a little bit of Reiki, or even trying to meditatively touch that chord and to see what it is that it's really meaning. Any chord, when we're talking about energy, any chord may actually touch a part of you that doesn't help you, even though the chord is a positive chord. Even if it's a positive chord, it may have attached itself somewhere that it doesn't need to. You are the one that has the ability to move that cord. You want to keep it? Put it somewhere that you know, move it somewhere spiritually and etherically that you know is not going to, let's call it short circuit any other part of the body, that it does not need to be there. And only you are going to know that, because you're going to know that specific part, because you're going to connect to your body. Listen to your body, listen to your etheric body, and you're going to both come to a conclusion of where it is you want to keep that cord. Okay? Personally, I don't keep any energetic cords, but that's me. All right? Now, if all of a sudden, here you are, you're at work, and or you're cooking, or you're doing something, and all of a sudden you hear a sudden loud ring in the ears that lasts just for a short moment, that is often, I'm going to get your attention. And I don't care what you're doing, I'm going to get your attention. Something's up. You need to stop what you're doing and you need to listen. Okay? Usually from a spirit guide or an angel. It's telling you, damn it, now you need to pay attention. It isn't the long ring that, okay, I'm going to give you something. Let's get into ourselves and see what it is, or testing 1, 2, 3. Testing 1, 2, 3 is a lot different than, hey, you need to stop what you're doing right now and come back to full conscious awareness because something's up. It is a warning, but it could also be something that your guides are all excited about. Maybe it's something you were waiting for. Okay, it is your body. Now, all this is on the right side. The left side, well, that's something different. Left side is slightly less common than ringing on the right ear, and it is a common spiritual sign. And I will be back so I can explain it. I need water. I'm talking too much. I'll be back. Okay, so now that we've learned about our right ear, now let's learn about our left ear. Our left ear is purely spiritual, and it directly works with our internal energies. High-pitched. When you hear this high-pitched ringing in your left ear, what it is saying is you are in a growing period. You're going through a transformation. You're growing again. You guys know for a fact that as spiritualists, we never stop evolving, because just as spirituality is ever evolving, so is our bodies as a spiritual, that's holding a spiritual or a spiritually awakened person or soul that is growing within it. Okay, so I want you guys to understand that. So if you're hearing a high-pitched ring in your left ear, it's often a sign that is telling you, hey, you're going to go through another awakening, or you're going to start going through another growth period. Pay attention. That's telling you, hey, this is happening. So prepare yourself. This is a perfect opportunity to prepare yourself. It means that you're stepping up into a higher vibration. You may have been stagnant in a particular vibrational energy, and now you're ready to move up higher. And of course, what happens when there is a change from one place to another? Well, your whole body has to recalibrate. Your energy levels need to recalibrate. Your chakras need to recalibrate. Your meridians, everything that has to do around you, about you. You are your own universe, your own biome, your own everything. Therefore, everything that changes in you or causes a change, your body is going to react by recalibration. and you're recalibrating yourself into a new alignment. And then after you recalibrate into this new alignment, then your body has to realign in the new realignment. Hello? Yes, this is what happens. That's why it is infinite. Now, the realignment itself is what causes a high-pitched ringing as well. But your body is already telling you, dude, you're about to go through a change. This is your time to prepare. Okay? A low pitch ringing in the ear, just like in the right ear when it's low. It is often a sign that you're going through very stressful times in your life. You may be giving off or reacting to a negative energy that is lowering your vibration. Check yourself. Check yourself. What are you going through? What is somebody, if you are highly empathic, maybe somebody else is going through something and you are receiving that end. So that causes your energy to kind of get itself off balance, because you're making space for this other energy that some of it is not yours. And this is why I've been preaching, ask yourself, does this belong to me? If it doesn't, turn around and walk away. And if it does, grab it and look for a different point of view. Bring up those high vibrations. Now, when you are off balance, that is just naturally going to cause a temporary, which might last days or weeks, but it's still temporary. It's not going to be with you, forever and ever. It's not like the little hairs in your ears have, all fallen off because of loud music or a loud sound. It is going to be a low hum in your ear. While with your right ear, it has to do with your lower chakras. In the left ear, it has to do with some kind of stressor or a negative energy. Are you hooked into this negative energy? Have you got a cord that you're holding on to, or are you passing through somebody else's negative energy or lower energies? If that is the case, the only one that's going to know is going to be you, or your cards, or a reader that will tell you, hey, dude, hello. Okay? So now that we've explained that, there is on the left ear also a buzz, zzz, or and also the white noise, the psh. The soft buzzing or the white noise on the left ear is a message from who? Who do you think is reaching out to you with a buzz and white noise in your left ear? Who could it possibly be? No. It is your higher self. Your higher self is intervening and saying, dude, on your left ear, dude, I'm going to hum and white noise your butt until you understand that I need to communicate with you. If when you feel that and you understand, okay, it's in my left ear and it's a soft buzz or white noise, okay, so this is my higher self, you automatically meditate or start listening, calm your ass down. That's the only thing I can tell you at this point. Calm your ass down, because you need to be able to understand what the message is, what the feeling is, what the emotion is, what that frequency that is going to pass through. And there's many ways of doing this. If when you feel this and you start meditating and you get like a really good feeling, peaceful, calm, trusting, you feel, you actually see and perceive a flow from the universe. You feel that flow. You're like, oh my God, am I experiencing oneness? It could very well be. Your higher self is definitely wanting you to feel something. But it's also when you start feeling the flow of the universe, this is very, very significant for you to understand that this is a sign that the communication um, uh, connections of communication between you and your higher self are actually opening up. And now you start learning, you become the student of your higher self who's teaching you this beautiful language, which is intuitive language. And then both of you have begun this beautiful choreography with intuitive language, where both of you are actually now sitting and speaking and understanding each other, and you're learning from your higher self, just as your higher self is going to learn from you. It usually gets a little chaotic, especially when you're resisting, but at some point, it just calms down. And then you're going to, what is the reaction? What is the result here? The result is, okay, so you're talking now with your higher self. The higher self is saying, dude, you need to learn my language. We need to go back to the intuitive language that we were born with. Now you have this open pathway with your higher self, and your higher self and you are now talking with each other, making plans and learning with each other. So now everything's starting to, once everything starts to calm down, because this is a new thing, right? The moment you feel this, you're going to be like, oh my God, and you're going to go crazy. The more comfortable you are going to begin about listening and accepting your intuition. We have a hard time with that. We all have a hard time with that. We always second guess ourselves. Even spiritualists, we do this all the time. We second guess ourselves. We second guess our higher self and what they're trying to say. Why do we do that? Because we still have ego in the meat suit. Can we fix it? What do I always say? Yes, we can. And then, of course, comes the loud and chaotic ringing in your left ear. This comes out of nowhere. You're sitting, you're doing something, and all of a sudden you hear, and you're like, what the hell? You check your pulse, you make sure that your blood pressure is okay. You make sure it doesn't really last very long. It just lasts like maybe a couple of seconds. Sometimes it could last to 3, 4, 5 minutes. It is a warning from your higher self. It is a signal to pay attention to your surroundings, not only physical, but emotional and spiritual. Check your energy. Something's up. So again, your right and your left. What is the difference? Left is all spiritual. Okay? So I hope that you understand what the ringing in the ears means. Does it mean that someone is talking about you? There's no right or wrong, and there's no good or bad. There's no yes or no. If this is what you believe, maybe it is your intuition telling you somebody's talking about you. Maybe it isn't. What do you feel? Right? How do you feel? What is it that you really truly feel inside? Exactly. Now, ringing of the ears can also happen while you are meditating. It happens very much. Um, and you got to understand the nature of meditation and why the ears are ringing. What is happening in meditation? So it would be something natural for your ears to ring, correct? We are receiving what? So when that happens, okay, we have a thing called the human biofield. Human biofield. Check it out. All right. Right now, what's happening when you meditate is your energy field is actually tuning in like a radio station to your highest essence and inner wisdom. How incredible is that? Ooh. Our human biofield is really complex, but not really. It's like its own. It's got its own makeup, its own uh, creative space, where it contains energies, it contains vibrations, and they all resonate with particular thoughts. Each are different. Okay, it's what they resonate at that moment that you're meditating. So when you meditate, things come in, thoughts. Oh, I forgot to do this when I finish the meditation. I'm already going to do this. You're already thinking about what you're going to do before the meditation, during the meditation, or even before. Okay. It's important to get your human biofield to work with those energies and vibrations, and listen to your body for physical pain or ailments, external energies, uh, which come with certain belief systems and certain thoughts. You need to see how your body and your mind and your emotions are reacting at the moment that you're meditating to these things. When you remember, we talked about you shifting and you changing and then regulating and realigning. When you go into a shift in this biofield, the frequency changes can sound like ringing in the ears. So you're meditating. You are connecting to your higher essence, your higher self, your inner wisdom. Everything is moving. Your human biofield is now energetically vibrating. Things are all resonating. Well, this is this, and this is this, and this is this, and this is this. You're doing a systems check because your body and your spiritual side, your higher self, your higher essence is going to do a body check, a spiritual check, an emotional check, and then things begin to change. Well, as these things are changing, of course, there's going to be ringing in your ears because you're going through a transformation. You are going, your body is realigning and your body is regenerating at the same time. When we meditate, our bodies regenerate. When we sleep, our bodies regenerate. How many times have you gone to sleep? No sound in your home, and all of a sudden, all you hear is this huge high pitch. Dummy. That's because you're regenerating. Your body is recalibrating. Your body is repositioning itself. It's realigning itself for a new day. Okay? Very important that you understand these things because I don't want people to put wolves over your eyes. This is how it is. And unless we can come up with something better, because we've been intuitively spoken to up to now, this is what we're getting. This is how we are connecting. Sooner or later, these energy shifts and the realignments and all of that, they do balance out and ringing begins to subside. But of course, be in conscious awareness when this is happening, how it's happening. it's good to have at least 6 to 7 meditation hours a month. 30 minutes is more than enough, unless you feel intuitively that your inner wisdom has a lot to say and has a lot to work with you. Every time we meditate, and understand that short meditations will decrease the chances of ringing of the ears. That's why I always say, 30 minutes is more than enough, unless there is just a specific amount of information that needs to be downloaded. And only you are going to know that. So stop second guessing yourself and understand that this is the way it is. Now, it could be that you have ringing in your ears every time you have an intense meditation, like a Kundalini meditation. A Kundalini meditation is a really tough meditation. Get yourself a tuning fork that grounds you back down here, and use that tuning fork to bring you back into alignment. The best tuning fork is the one for 432 hertz. That is going to bring the energy back to a steady energy of your heart energy. If you're going to use a 136.1 hertz tuning fork, which you definitely can, you are going to resonate with the Om frequency. This is beautiful with the Om frequency. The Om frequency is a very grounding energy. Those two are really good. And these two tuning forks, these two frequencies are really going to reset your frequencies, which is not going to go back to factory, but into their new alignment. And that's what you want. Okay? I wanted to let you guys know what this is all about. What can you do to help yourself? Shungite, tourmaline, take courses to teach you, to help you move forward. When you take a course, you allow yourself to learn, and your higher self is saying, what's going on? Because just like the ringing, it does cause some draining. So you want to make sure that you are working with this well. Okay? All right. So if you have any questions, PM me. I hope that this is going to answer your questions. Yes, there's a lot of conversation in the cosmos. And there's a lot that our energy guides need to let us know. Stop resisting. Allow it. Live in bliss. Find happiness. And if you can't find it, create it. If you cannot create it, be it. But do something. I will see you soon. It's end of month. So you know what that means. And then above that, end of year. So pray for me. I will see you guys very soon. Ahum. To you and yours. I love you more than the moon and back. I'll see you soon.